I'll be honest, I was never the biggest fan of iPhone. In fact, there were so many times where I just wanted to quit iPhone entirely because of so many bugs and so many things that should work but don't, or just take too long to do. Not to mention the poor battery life that iPhones always had, not to mention the insane amount of bugs, like I mentioned, especially in iOS 18. What was that? Well, I've been using the iPhone 17 Pro Max for 2 weeks and I've taken over 200 photos with this phone. I've used it outside in the hot sun to see, does the screen dim, as well as testing out this monster of a battery, and of course to see if the aluminum holds up without a case. After spending 2 weeks with this phone, I think Apple is back. I think I love iPhone again. I think this is the first year in a long time that I can say I actually like the photos coming out of the Pro iPhones. All three cameras are now 48 megapixels, and this is noticeable especially with the telephoto lens, which now has a much larger sensor, which of course lets in more light and therefore more detail. Because the sensor is so big, the background blur when taking those 4x shots look crazy good. However, the minimum focus distance of that 4x telephoto lens is 120 centimeters, which is kinda bad. 120 centimeters is actually terrible. I'm not gonna lie. That's very bad, especially because the competition from the likes of Xiaomi or even what was it called? I believe the Vivo X200 Pro. Both those phones have a minimum focus distance for their telephoto cameras at like 20 centimeters. I think Xiaomi even goes down to 15 centimeters. Regardless, I do love the 4x lens on the iPhone, just not for anything close. The selfie camera on the iPhone 17 series is for sure gonna be copied by every major phone brand. It's a square sensor, and after taking a ton of selfies over the last 2 weeks, I can definitely say I do not want to go back to a rectangular sensor anymore. The ability to just hold your phone like this and take a horizontal selfie is just, it's too comfortable to miss out on. Now, the quality of the photos coming out of the selfie camera has improved by a lot. How do I know this? Well, I have eyes, but I also have a wife. Anytime I had my previous iPhones, like the iPhone 16 Pro Max or the 15 Pro Max, anytime we went out, she never wanted me to bring the iPhone. She would always ask me to bring literally any other phone that I had except the iPhone, because anytime we took a selfie, she just did not like it. And I agree, it was bad. However, now she likes it. She likes the selfies coming out of the new square sensor 18 megapixel photos. She likes it finally. And if she agrees, I agree. Because why? Happy wife, happy life, right? Is that what they say? I'm still waiting. Please don't kill me. Now, overheating was a major annoying issue with prior iPhone models. You might have noticed anytime you stepped outside, your iPhone screen does what? It gets brighter. Why? So you can see the display. Well, that only lasts for about a minute. And then the brightness, you can literally see it like in real time. The brightness goes like 1 step lower, and then like 2 steps, and then 3, and then 4. And then it gets down to the point where you can't even see the display. What's happening is that your iPhone is just simply getting too hot. It lowers the brightness of the display to help cool off. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is constructed out of an aluminum unibody design, and for the first time ever, this kind of shocked me, the iPhone now has a vapor chamber. However, it is only in the Pro models. Those two changes might seem small, but oh boy, they work. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is by far the coolest iPhone that I have ever used. In fact, I'll go out on a limb and say it's the coolest phone that I've ever used, period. I noticed this especially when taking photos and videos. Back when I did my comparison against the S25 Ultra, when I got to the segment where I went outside and I was doing the camera comparison, so I was taking a ton of photos and videos, the S25 Ultra was actually the one to dim the screen first. This is super impressive considering that the S25 Ultra also has a vapor chamber. In fact, it's actually bigger. But the aluminum definitely does not hold up as many people are noticing. Luckily, during my 2 weeks, I've been using the phone without a case, and to my surprise, no scratches, like anywhere. Now, that's not to say the aluminum won't scratch. Oh, it will. It's just a matter of when it'll happen, but it will. Battery life with the 17 Pro Max is absolutely out of this freaking world. No, seriously, it's like alien technology. Just follow along with me, okay? Bigger doesn't always mean better, right? But sometimes it should. Xiaomi just released the 17 Pro Max. Yes, it's literally called the Xiaomi 17 Pro Max. I love it. Now, that phone has a 7,500 milliamp hour battery. First of all, hey, how'd you fit that in there? Second of all, oh my God. Now, the iPhone, for the first time ever, actually has a larger battery than a Samsung phone. 5,088 on the eSIM model and 5,000 on the Samsung. So it's slightly bigger. However, it's still 5,000 compared to 7,500. The Xiaomi, on paper, right, should blow the iPhone out of the water so hard it blows up. The iPhone lost by like 10 minutes. The Xiaomi with the 7,500 milliamp hour battery outlasted the iPhone by 10 minutes. I seriously don't know what Apple did with their optimization, or maybe it's the optimization and the A19 Pro, or maybe it's the fact that whatever they're doing, it is working overtime. This is easily a day-and-a-half long phone. And I mean that literally. According to my battery chart, I haven't drained the battery in the last 10 days. So that says something. It's so insane to me because my 16 Pro Max, just a year old, brother, that phone was trash with battery. And yes, even running the official fully released iOS 26, it is straight trash. Like, if I got 6 hours of screen on time, I would consider that amazing. But I'm getting like well over 8 hours of screen on time with the 17 Pro Max. Now, the design itself is definitely something that I love. The previous iPhones looked very boring, and to be honest, they looked old. The design language went as far back as the iPhone 11, 6 years ago. I mean, yeah, they did do some minor changes, like the camera got a little bit bigger, but still the overall design. So the fact that we got something new as well as an eye-popping color is definitely nice. I love this new design. What about you? Oh, by the way, also because of the redesign, like the corners are a bit more curved over here, like the sideways way, which does make this phone so much more comfortable than the 16 Pro Max is to use, which is crazy because this phone is actually heavier than the 16 Pro Max. For me, iOS 26 has been surprisingly amazing. I say that because iOS 26 on my 16 Pro Max is it's a hot mess with a ton of bugs. But on the iPhone 17 Pro Max, nothing, no bugs. I don't get it. It's running the same iOS 26, but the 16 Pro Max has bugs. I don't get it. And by the way, I've had 2 iPhone 16 Pro Maxes this year, so both of them were bad. Overall, the iPhone 17 Pro Max, even though I've only been using it for 2 weeks, is 100% the best iPhone. And I'm not saying that because like it's the newest iPhone, because I actually preferred the 15 Pro Max over to the 16 Pro Max. Like, I actually like the 15 Pro Max better. So newer for me doesn't always mean better. However, this is like 100% the best iPhone, like, period. One thing is for sure, this phone definitely saved Apple a customer. Because like I said, I was literally just thinking about not buying iPhones anymore. I mean, they were getting bad. But this one, it saved it. So how's your experience been like with the iPhone 17 series? Not just the Pro Max, I want to know all the 17 series. Let me know down below in the comments. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, definitely click that like. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. And as always, this was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.